stuff for the movement. Oh, no. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't know you were talking. Oh, yeah.
Tony got the phone like that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Halo. You picked a heck of a day to go.
We have to keep this TV-14.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go over a quick history of all things Halo universe ever. Hopefully you'll learn something new. Actually, it's not good at all. And then we'll jump into we'll talk some game types, maps, changes, strats, whatever the hell you guys want to talk about. One disclaimer though, I'm going to tell you my strats for this crap. I am not the greatest Halo player ever, but I'm decent enough. So if you disagree or you have your own opinion, that's fine. We'll question at the end. Say what you want. Tell me I suck. I don't care. Whatever. So.
Apologize for the crappy quality. We actually are not using the old slides from last year because his computer's in the shop, and I have my work slides for the history. So. Yay, technology! So I'm just going to go briefly through a Cine Universe history within Halo. Kind of back, explaining a little bit of what the Forerunner were, and a little background on about the coming into NSC. So the first book in the Forerunner series is called Cryptum. It kind of tells the tale of the start of the Forerunner civilization. They sort of existed from like 1 million BCE to about 100,000 years ago. And anyway, so they were a tier 1 civilization. They had abilities to do engineering programs on the solar system level and beyond. The story of Cryptum focuses on a young Forerunner on a manipular form, which the Forerunner are a sort of caste-based society. They have warrior servants, life shapers, miners, and builders. Those are the 4 castes we know. Their sort of hierarchy within the caste is based on family and like genetic mutation levels. Every so often they would undergo mutation with genetic material, including from usually a more senior family member that would expand their intelligence and also make them larger and more friendly. They started out, you see the picture, looking kind of humanoid. These are actually probably builder security, which are not actually warriors. They were just builders that knew how to use guns. That was followed this January by Primordium, which I'm not going to spoil everything, but it focuses on one of the human companions, the Forerunner from Cryptum, who sort of recounts his exploration of Installation 7, which is one of the more mysterious Halos, as it's the one where you can't actually see a lot of surface detail if you're in the ARC room. He discovers that the Primordium that was sort of featured in the previous book, which was a survivor of the civilization that was before the Forerunners. I think we would call precursors. But they learned that he's actually a proto-grave mine, and they learn a lot more about the flood, like how it works. And I don't know who here has read the books. Anyone? All right. So apparently the flood can selectively infect people. So that's not something that's not really talked about in the game because it's not really a fun mechanic. But it turns out the humans were fighting the flood before they got in a war with the Forerunner, which knocked them back to early hominid development cycle. And they had thought they had figured out a way to fight it with genetic manipulation to make blood strains not virulent, but it turns out that was all a sham. And hopefully about this time next year, the last book of the Forerunner cycle by Greg Bear will be out, and we'll actually know how things actually end. But I'm going to go into what's more pertinent to the actual gameplay we have. The Covenant, which were a caste-based society that were segmented off by species, where like the grunts, drones, and jackals are the lower dregs of society. We had the elites, which were the warrior leaders, sort of like samurai, and you had the prophets, which are more the scientific and political leaders of the Covenant. And you also had the brutes, which were introduced in the Covenant, and then sort of used by the prophet of truth and the prophet of regret to replace the elites, because brutes were dumb as a sack of bricks and easy to manipulate. In the Covenant, they worship Forerunner relics as holy and sort of revere the technology and don't allow people to actually develop stuff based off of it. And the elites and prophets had fought for centuries before they formed the Covenant, because the elites revered it and the prophets decided to use it. But they do have the ability to poorly replicate some of the stuff that Forerunner were able to do, mostly through just crude replication of parts and adapting their technology to elites, which is why elites have shields. When humans originally counter them, they don't. And funny thing, all Spartan technology shields are based off of actually the Jackal Gauntlet shield. The UNSC, it's kind of like if the UN was actually capable of doing stuff without the US, and they were sort of the controlling political force in the world in the 26th century. There are over 800 colony worlds, but a majority of them were actually not heavily colonized, or mostly research worlds. There are only, I think, 20 to 30 actually heavily populated worlds. And the UNSC was the military forces of the inner colonies, and the colonial military administration managed the defenses of the outer colonies up until they were folded into UNSC. Most of the characters that you encounter as supporting cast are either Navy or Marine personnel. Though in Reach, all of the forces you fight with, except for the ODSTs, are actually Army forces. And two of the groups you know about are Fleet Command, or Fleet Com, from the main Navy Fleet Management, and then you have the Office of Naval Intelligence, which is the covert and intelligence gathering stuff, which is divided into three sections, actually four, one of which is the internal policing section that isn't really officially known. And Section 3 of ONE, which is the Naval Special Warfare, deals with the Black Ops stuff and is responsible for Spartan programs looking for. And the reason why there are Spartans is because towards the end of the late 25th century, there was a insurrection within the outer colonies. People that were politically dissident. They resented sort of the home rule, and it's sort of kind of analogous to the late Britannic Empire colonies rebelling, like the American War for Independence and stuff. The UNSC started intervening in 2494 with an uprising in Adonis. They developed Project Orion, which is the first generation Spartans. Their success led to the UNSC gaining power and influence in the CMA, and eventually was folded into the UNSC as an entirety after Contact Covenant. Project Orion was it's a super soldier project that used genetic augmentations. Later programs would use mostly genetic and surgical augmentations. And they actually used volunteers, whereas the Spartan 2 and 3 programs actually abducted kids from the age range of 6 to 9 to genetically modify and then indoctrinate. Sergeant Johnson in the games is actually Spartan 1. In some of the Extended Universe stuff, they refer to him having a boring syndrome, which is supposedly caused by exposure to a lot of residual plasma energy. But it's actually covered because he's a Project Orion Spartan, and he was able to escape the flood on Installation 04 because he's a badass. If anybody kept up with the I Love Bees ARG for Halo 2, there were four additional Spartan ones introduced in that. Nolan Burning is actually from Contact Harvest, which is one of the first chronological books in the Halo book line. And the Spartans, Spartan 1.0 series are unique in that they refer to themselves as the Miracle Designator 1.0 or 1.1s, which are their children. They refer to Spartan 2s as 2.0s. And as of the Glassing of Earth, there are at least 16 Spartan 1.1s that we know about. It's possible that some of the 1.1s, because of their the original 1.0 classes' genetic augmentations, might be recruited into the Spartan 2 classes, but there really hasn't been a whole lot of information about that because 343 has mostly been trying to tease stuff for Halo 4 right now. So, I mentioned Contact Harvest. Taking place around the same time is the game Halo Wars. And Contact Harvest covers the first contact with the Covenant. It takes place in the Harvest system, and a group of jackal pirates boarded a civilian freighter, which caused Sergeants Johnson and Byrne to be deployed with Oni and sort of figure out what was going on because it was a unknown threat at the time. They were concerned about an insurrectionist. Which led to the first Battle of Harvest. There was some CMA, ground forces, Johnson, Byrne, and a small fleet detachment that were able to evacuate the civilian population. But the three responding, I think, destroyer-class vessels for the CMA were destroyed within 14 seconds of entering the system. The second Battle of Harvest, the Harvest campaign, which you play in Halo Wars, was sort of led by Admiral Cole, who was pretty much the chief strategic planner for all of the Covenant War up until he was declared missing in action. It takes 7 years for them to reclaim Harvest, and unlike later engagements, the Covenant do not resort to wide-scale glassing of Harvest because one of their technologies is indicating a whole lot of former relics on the planet. And it turns out that actually the symbol that they're interpreting for the relics actually indicates reclaimer or human, who were kind of returning that flora to inherit the mantle of protecting sentient life in the galaxy. So, USS Spiritfire pursues forces fleeing Harvest. They visit Arcadia, they depart to a shield world where they encounter the flood, which is sort of weird because the first recorded contact with flood is actually in Installation 4. And then they disappear because to destroy the flood-infested shield world, they detonate their slipspace core, so it takes them 4 freaking ever to get back and do parts of Node. Following that is the Code Protocol, which the Code Protocol was UNSC standing order, which would cause navigational data pertaining to Earth and the inner colonies to be destroyed on contact with Covenant forces to prolong the time it took the Covenant to find the inner colonies. Focuses on the Grey Team, which is a atypical group of Spartans. They actually have are dispatched to the Rubble, which is a insurrectionist hodgepodge society, and it has refugees from I forget which planet, but I think it's magical. Who had actually gotten into this alliance with some jackal pirates. So they were dispatched to make sure navigational data didn't fall into the hands of the Covenant. This is the chief Covenant character is actually becomes the Arbiter later on. Has appearances from Lieutenant Keys, Admiral Cole, and the cast and crew of Grayson. All of that is Fallen Breach, which is the first trilogy published around the same time as Halo 2, dealing with the Spartan 2 program and Fallen Breach, which also ties in with Halo Reach, which the republishing of Fallen Breach supposedly fixed some of the mistakes they made earlier, but not exactly. So, the County Pine Reach, which was the main UNSC military center, sort of like Pearl Harbor. They kind of kicked the shit out of it, and Spartan 2s, of which there are, I think, 33, fight a holding action to defend the ground installations, and Team Spartan 3's Noble Team does some work trying to figure out why there's a group of zealots running around collecting information on Reach. Which leads into Halo CE, which is tie-in novel is The Flood, and then the novel First Strike follows up after the game, where Hillbottom finds the Halo, accidentally unleashes the Flood, and Master Chief kicks ass. Somehow Johnson and a couple other UNSC personnel escape. The legendary ending of Johnson hugging Elite right before everyone explodes is a little apocryphal now. They actually managed to capture a Covenant destroyer, I think, Son of Justice. Yeah. And using the main ship of a UNSC destroyer, they transfer the subspace drives, which makes it the fastest ship in the UNSC fleet. And then they destroy unyielding aircraft, which is sort of a smaller version of High Charity, which is a fleet base that its destruction resulted in a lot of the Prophet of Regrets fleet being destroyed, which is why at the beginning of Halo 2 there's only I think 30 ships that hop into Earth instead of the couple hundred that appear later. Pretty much First Strike just goes into some more of the remaining Spartans after Halo, how they die spectacularly terribly. That is in Halo 2, which, who doesn't know the story of Halo 2? So, Chief makes it back to Earth. It's really not elaborated on how in the game, but start off, you're being awarded for valor service. When the Prophet of Regret hops in, they blow past the defensive, they're calling it, Earth. Sort of focus over New Mombasa in Africa, find something, do a slip space jump within atmosphere, which causes mass destruction for New Mombasa, and find Delta Halo, Installation 05, where there's been a flood outbreak for about 100,000 years, and it also features the biggest kind of departure from the original Halo game style, where you switch between the Master Chief and the Arbiter for subsequent missions. But pretty much shows how the Chief deals with the second Halo ring being activated and almost fired. Then it ends on a spectacularly terrible cliffhanger of him finishing the fight, which leads in the direction of the Arbiter, who is a badass elite who kind of got all his political standing stripped from him because he was responsible for the destruction of the original Halo. Then between the events of 2 and events of 3, you have Halo 3 ODST, which tells the story of a bunch of ODSTs who dropped into the Mombasa to try to originally take Regret's flagship, which was a supercarrier, and so were retasked with retrieving ONI information, which was actually a engineer that absorbed a AI from the New Mombasa Civics Center. And I actually kind of enjoyed the gameplay style for ODST because it was more freeform. It wasn't just linear. You go here, you kill them, and then you continue on. In the Halo 3, where Chief flies like a brick again, it ties into the Halo Uprising books, which actually cover what happened on the Thorn and Dreadnought. So he makes it back to Earth, survives somehow because he's in the
atmosphere on his own.
so the Flood comes to Earth, Void, which gets blast. They open a portal to the Ark, which is sort of the main reproduction and for the Halo, and also was a storage area for biological data from the original cleansing. Following the Arbiter makes it back to Earth, where Chief is left floating in space in the back half of the Forest Dawn, which, if anybody's seen the teaser trailer to Halo 4, it's not in the best of shape whenever he actually finds whatever form structure that is. The Ghost of Onyx sort of follows in the same time frame-ish as Halo 3, where Onyx is on the Spartan 3 program, which is on a shield world called Onyx, where they come in and learn its location because of the ONI group kind of trying to figure out more about the planet. The defenses are activated, and Catherine Halsey, CBO Mendez, trio of Spartan 2s, and 4 Spartan 3s in stasis, and 4 variously incapacitated other Spartan 3s surviving in microdosing spear.
Is anyone else really hoping that Halo 4 has Master Chief finding all these people for an awesome party? I know, right? If Halo 3 doesn't have some reference to it, I might just go insane this year.
You can kind of almost recreate some of the Spartan 3 armor in Reach, but
not really. We need more Spartan 3s. When they first said Reach was going to be Spartan 3s, I got really excited. They're like, oh, but they're all wearing Norn armor. And I was like, okay, but then they're not really Spartan 3s. Whatever.
I was kind of hoping for a Splinter Cell style game almost, with stealth as a melt and a cry. The last both publishers in the chronology is Halo Blastlands, which actually picks up after the end of Halo 3, where it tells sort of what's going on with the Covenants. They're sort of both fighting the brutes, and also there's inter-Messiah stuff going on with the elites as there's sort of a power struggle with old ruling families against the Arbiter's influence. And Oni sets up a sort of plan to try to destabilize the elites by having political dissidents be buried in guns and trying to capture the war. Focuses on one of the two characters is a Spartan 2 that is not in active duty, who is the chosen successor to the head of ONI. Halsey and the crew are rescued from the Dyson Spear, which results in the Spartans that survive being pulled into the efforts of the Spartan 4 program, which is going to go back to be sort of more like Project Orion, where it's active duty personnel and volunteer, and it's supposed to be similar to actually elite military forces, not so much as crazy children soldiers. And Halsey finishes up the book being exiled through research sort of make this relevant to anime is Halo Legends, which is a collection of short feature films done by short features done by various different groups out of Japan and America. Sorry. And I'm almost done. And Evolution is a bunch of short stories by various different science fiction authors that sort of shows what's going on around the games during the Halo period. Which there are also a couple of graphic novels.
Hooray! Okay, now we can talk about the games, which we want to talk about anyway. Now you all know the history. All right, sorry. Now you're fine. So we're going to run through armor abilities, which everyone should know if you've ever played. Title update stuff. Has everyone played the title update? Since the title update? Yes? No?
Yeah.
What's the general opinion of the title update?
It does two main things. First off, it allows the CEA maps. Two, it has the option to turn off bloom.
Right.
And
what does everyone think? Thumbs up on gameplay or thumbs down?
I kind of like stuff, four-shot kills, but I'm not a fan of what they did to armor lock.
You can always delete the title update.
Okay. Oh yeah, all my videos that don't work. Alright, so we're gonna go through these. We don't have armor lock. Oh. Alright, well, everyone knows what armor lock does. I had a Neo video, but it got lost somewhere. That is hologram. So hologram basically, you just use it to make people think you're someplace else. It works okay. I don't know. I like to use it if you can get your whole team to swap into it just for 2 or 3 minutes, so you can double your team running across the blood bowl. It's a good time. Sprint is your basic sprint. You run. I'm kind of hoping that as gameplay evolves, crap like sprint and evade won't really be an armor ability. It'll just be an option. Because really, I don't understand why super soldiers need extra recharge time to run.
You need more power for these electrics.
Whatever.
Why is it this way? Yes.
It's all good.
This is why we can have nice things.
Exactly.
Show your face.
Oh no. Okay, this is Jetpack. Jetpack's great for getting around maps that are annoying, like freaking this map.
Any community-made map is pretty much 90% better with Jetpack.
That's true. Also, if you played Anniversary, Damnation or Penance is pretty much ultimate with Jetpack. If you have Jetpack on that map, you can maneuver any place within 10 seconds. So this is a creative use of Jetpack. You get places, drop people's faces, and assassinate them. Assassinating is one of my favorite things to do in game. Anyone else? Yes.
All you people who like to
Wait, you people?
like me, I don't like
Okay.
I did just like a name. Right? I go into hockey and I assassinated one and I get mega points.
That guy that hockey, he assassinated.
I just
Okay,
killed
so
everyone.
then you got your maid, which is great for just running around. If I have a choice, I almost always pick a maid just because there's never a time when it's not useful to dodge.
And you can evade backwards, but you can't sprint backwards.
you better roll.
That was one of the best days I've ever seen. Under a rocket in space. And the last one we got there is camo. I'm not a huge fan of camo, mainly because it nerfs your radar, and I love using radar. But if you ever play a game type that doesn't already have radar, then screw it, be invisible. This is, yes, I found this clip, and this is the most retarded people I've ever seen. Okay, got one. That guy sees him, oh my god, I'm gonna kill you. No, I'm down here now. Wait, I'm invisible again. Looks at him.
How do you not see the silhouette of Sternis?
Came to it on a swing high.
Standard 12-inch TV.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got to put this in.
The active camo, however, works really, really well if you're playing with multiple people on the same TV, because then you can go active camo and use your friend's radar.
Oh yeah. If you're always playing multi people on a screen, it's almost always beneficial to have one guy just be a radar bastard and destroy everyone's radar except for yours, so you can see his screen or you can see your screen, whatever.
Let's just screw things up.
Okay. Title update. So we got Bloom was reduced to 85%, which is pretty awesome. get a little faster fire rate, makes the needle rifle a little OP, but whatever. Damage bleed through was, I think that was a great add-in. Brings up 4-shot kills for Demers. Beat downs are a little quicker. And various other things more powerful and dangerous like grenades.
Needle rifle is really broken zero blue.
Zero bloom needle rifle is the most retarded thing ever. Armor lock got super nerfed. It now, one thing I liked that they did was you get the you damage the armor lock bar, like the charge on it if you hit them while they're locked up, so they can't be locked as long. If if you're an idiot, and you jump in the middle of 4 people and you lock, they're just gonna drop nades on you. You're gonna pop out a lock and you're dead in a couple seconds. So you don't have to worry about that crap.
It's no longer a 5-second pause of death.
But they also took out the ability to shed sticks, which I'm not fully agreeing with because
they also
kind of the point of armor lock was you could do crap like that.
They also introduced a achievement which is now impossible with title update, where you reject a stick with armor lock and kill the guy with it, right?
You used to kill with Ron Sticky, and that's still one. Yeah.
Alright.
It does. But the one thing they didn't fix about armor lock, as they should have, is you can still do the 360 view thing with the damn thing. So no matter which way your character's facing, you can turn your camera around and you'll instantly face the other way and punch people in the face, which is stupid. I should let us. Yeah, you can do that. If you're taking a knee in a battlefield and I come up behind you with a shotgun or a sword, you should not be able to instantly turn around and kill me because my shield's got popped because you're damn racist.
Getting
so. Anyway, so that's pretty much what they changed. Like it, hate it, that's what it is. They're slowly integrating title update in more playlists, so get used to it. I kind of wish they would integrate it into everything at once because right now, you go on a matchmaking.
3 play styles.
You have 3 play styles. You have Classic Reach. You have Title Update, and now you have Anniversary Mode. Halo C Anniversary is awesome. Pistol
edition.
Yeah. So I mean, it's Anniversary. Pistol's 3-shot, DMR's 4-shot, and everything else is crap. So it's how you play.
Your sidearm should not outdo power weapons.
Oh, I just remembered I forgot something in title. They took away sword block, which sucks.
Unless you have a sword.
No, they will go right through your face. It is bold. The sword is super OP right now. I mean, yeah, you got your 4-shot kills, so you can kind of drop them a little faster, but really, you know. But anniversary game type's good, but you have to know how to use a pistol, and you have to do it good.
I kind of like the introduction of the library stuff with Connect, where you can scan stuff in the actual remastered version and find out more information about it.
Nothing's like screaming at your TV and actually have to do something. Okay, now we're going to talk about strategies. So, first off, like let's see, show of hands real quick. Who plays free for all a lot? You guys review. Probably know more about that. Who plays Team Slayer? Or like Big Team Slayer? Yeah, everyone likes that shit. Multi-team?
16.
16 with 2 is sweet. He was like Team Objective. On flag all the time.
Just because you don't know how to kill people.
You keep following me around and assassinating.
Anyway, alright, well, free for all, I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't played free for all probably in like 4 months. I jumped into free for all anniversary for like 10 minutes, found out I got paired with 2 different groups of 6 that were just achievement whoring. That was no fun. If you ever tried to play Headhunter when everyone's going after you, it's very hard.
Still put up a impressive number of kills and scores.
Well, yeah, because they sucked. I did manage to win a Slayer game free for all that. It was a group of 6, me and one AFK guy, and the group of 6 didn't like that I was winning, so they all started picking up power weapons and chasing me. But I actually won that game. Alright, anyway, my general strategy in free for all is usually just look for people that are already fighting and nade them or shoot them in the can be kind of cheap, but you know what? It's what you get. Hey, people do it to me, I don't like them, but if I do it, it's okay. Team Slayer, communicate with the team, obviously, watch your daughter, watch the dates, Duffy.
Hey, I've gotten a lot better about accidentally killing people.
I'm pretty sure you killed all of us at least 3 times a piece.
And the great thing is, if you're in Team Slayer or any other team game, you can play to your strengths. Like for one, you don't have to worry about holding a sniper, stuff sniping, your friend can pick it up, throw up kills. Yeah. So
Do not kill teammates who pick up power weapons.
if you're one of those people, I'm going to let you down.
I want to drive. Shut up.
And they just drive right off. And you're like,
Why did you
Learn to break turn.
Team objective is the same thing. Get some mics. How many people have a mic? Mic up. Mic up. You guys are good people. I hate getting on big team battle. You got you and your friend and 6 other people, and they have no mics. And you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You need to get the flag. And they're like, I'm over here. I got their shotgun. You're like, what are you doing with their shotgun? Dude, you have the flag.
Why are you riding on the back of their Wraith without killing it?
Well, you just, yeah, but it's, and then you pull up the score thing and you see 7 people on your team are dead and you're just holding the flag in their face and you're like, what happened?
My big strategy is let me drive. Hey, I'm good most of the time.
You guys like Rocket Hog Race?
It was fun with those monkeys.
Mom Goose Race was good.
Amen.
Yep.
I've done crazy things that are not physically possible in Rocket Hog Race. Yeah. Or you do like 18 different spins and don't get hurled out of the vehicle, except for the gunner.
It's always the gunner. But that's okay though, because the gunner will always die last if he's being shot at. I mean, you can shoot at a freaking warlock all day, or you put a grenade. You put a grenade on the back tire. You can stick the back tire. It will kill the driver. Gunner will just sit there plugging it. Gotcha.
I always try to stick to the wall because is guaranteed to kill the driver and the gunner.
Who would have thought like a piece of steel plate attached to a gun about this big can block everything?
Also, I like bailing people out of vehicles because it pisses them off. It's like, how did you just punch me out of a ghost? I sidestepped it.
What else I got? Forge. Who forges? Make some shit. Yeah. It's, I don't know. Forge is a great tool. If they upgraded Halo 4, it would be great. I've sunk a lot of time into it. I'm sure everyone else has. Making penises.
Nice sculptures.
All right, we'll just kind of open up the floor to whatever questions or you guys want to talk about. Just put a hand up and we'll go from there. That guy.
Custom edition.
Custom edition on PC.
Yeah, it's the one where you can make your own maps.
I played a little bit of that. There's actually some pretty cool campaign missions that people made with nice voiceovers and shit in them. I think there was even one where I fought a elite that was holding a gauntlet shield and a dagger. It was kind of weird.
The originality in custom games for Halo Reach kind of died down compared to Halo 3. Do you think it'll come back in Halo 4?
Well, Reach, they provided a lot of they took a lot of the custom games that people already had and they were kind of making on their own for 3, and they tried to integrate those into their built-in game types already. Kind of like how they did, they got infection thrown in there eventually for 3 and all that. Hopefully they'll bring back some of that before. I don't know where 343 is going to take it because they really haven't shown too much of what they can do yet. We've seen them. They did CE, but Anniversary, but they just threw some new maps together and they really just copied them. They didn't have to do anything. And the campaign was done, so they didn't do anything there either. So really, they haven't shown this crap. They showed the title update, which is not bad.
Up numbers in a spreadsheet somewhere.
Yeah, that's not really hard either. I'm sure some fanboys would love to do that for them.
But the thing with the playlist for Reach is, unless you have a average playlist population over several thousand, the playlist doesn't really survive long because they don't view it as a worthwhile use of their infrastructure.
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully they'll come back to it. I'd like to see more custom games that are crazy and ridiculous. Really, they need to talk to the people of Little Big Planet, because those people know how to let users make content. Just in the back.
What was probably your weirdest Halo moment?
Weirdest Halo moment?
Weirdest as in glitchy, or weirdest as what? Which way?
Like, just one of the glitchiest moments where you sit there like, is that even possible?
What? Well, I don't hard to say. I've had vehicles get stuck in the ground while playing. That's fun. And I've had a lot of frustrating moments with glitches, you know, where I'm fighting person A here, I throw a grenade, they're not there anymore, and then I'm being assassinated. That's fun. That's really just internet lag, probably. And have you assassinated the tiny skirmisher in the first mission? He's about this big. Because
a little bit of a trick, but
yeah, you do. It helps if you have two people. But yeah, you can. There's in Winter Contingency, the skirmisher that jumps over the one building when you're first walking in there. You can get on top of that building, and the way they hit him from you was they made him really tiny, and then when it's just to do things, he grows and he goes. But you can assassinate him. He's that big. It's really funny. I don't know who was up first. We'll go there.
Hey, have you done the glitch where you got into the bottom of New Alexandria, walked on the ground?
No.
When you're doing the Falcon missions.
Yeah, like you know the glitch where you can get like a pelican or
Yeah.
you can land on the ground, come
Oh.
down to the ground, and we just don't know if you can just infinitely keep walking.
I think eventually you hit the hard volume boundary.
We spent just 2 hours.
I'd go do that like right now.
That's like the people who get out of Arkham Asylum and infinitely delight in Batman.
Any question over here?
Yeah, do you have a good strategy for killing the invisible elite in the first level?
The bomb?
Just bust out your pistol. I mean, basically, as soon as you get out of your Falcon, you just sprint down there as fast as you can. You can drop a grenade kind of like right as you, a little way as the path narrows. That'll probably light them up, and then you can just pistol the shit out of them.
Have you been able to do it alone, or do you do it with other people?
No, I've done it alone. It's not too bad. He's one of the easier mobs to hunt down and kill.
Well, he's only really technically a mob. Because he's legendary. He's usually mostly there just to have the 11th data slate. Because if you read all 19 or so data slates, it actually tells more story about the AI and their own sort of network and stuff that they have going on.
And Winter Contingency actually has a second Bob, well, an actual Bob. And once you get past the first, it's like the first area where you fight the 3 Ultras, and you jump in the trucks, if you don't stop at anything and you go straight, like you go right across the bridge, and then kind of around the mountain, there'll be a guy there, and you can just splatter his ass. Yeah. Now, whatever. I've always found it. You're going to go first?
I like Club Aurora.
Yeah, that's good. Yes.
Maybe slightly off topic, but have any of you watched any Halo-based machinima?
Like Red vs. Blue.
Army the Chief?
Army the Chief is quaint.
I've watched all of Red vs. Blue, and I love Red vs. Blue. Their latest season is so epic. Like, I love how they have the quirkiness still, but they have a lot of real serious shit, and it's awesome, and it has story.
Like, the thing I have with most fan-made machinima is the quality of the voice acting is usually terrible because they don't use good equipment. It's like they're using webcam mics to do all the voice recording, which is cool if you have somebody in a good environment, but sometimes it
Yes?
How do you feel about the ranking system in Reach, and what do you like to see for 4?
Okay, I think the ranking system in Reach is pretty much non-existent. Arena mode is crap. I've played less than 40 games in Arena.
Not Arena, I mean just like the general ranking.
Well, the credit-based
like the
system.
credit-based? Okay, that's like that should be on the side. I don't know. It should be a dual system. Like, you should have your credits so you can buy all your crap. That's fine. But I'd like to see, like, the Halo 2 ranking, you know, where you had your ranked playlist, you had your non-ranked playlist, you could jump in, you could put yourself up to a 30 or 40, whatever the hell you could get to. like to see that in Halo 4. I think that would be it was a good system before. I don't know why they got rid of it. I think they're like
Microsoft.
yeah, they're
Well, I was actually a bigger fan of the Halo 3 ranking system. I just the issue with hitting the skill cap and just sort of having shit cut off with advancement, so kind of cut off higher armor to tie in with the reach.
The ranking system, in my opinion, coming from a person who isn't good at all in Halo, it's not that good. Because I don't know how many times I've played, I just don't get any better, but my rank keeps going up.
It's because you're playing with a mythic.
drag you up.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Speaking of mathematician, the actual ranking system for the rating is actually something that's really cool, so that more people are midway than extreme.
Yeah, I actually like the algorithm they developed for ranking. It's just it doesn't have a huge population.
Well,
The main reason they got rid of Halo 2 ranking system is a lot of people got like stuck on like level 12 or something and could never advance.
I think they got it into the low 20s and then I stopped.
well, they did a tweak of it like halfway through. Yeah. I understand that point, and I think my other problem with Arena is that it has a lot of they have like it's not the same play style as the rest of the game types. So you can go into normal Team Slayer, and you have your maps, you like certain maps, and you have you use the spawns and certain loadouts, but you can't have that in Arena because everyone's like, oh, that's not competitive and all this other crap. I'm like, it's what the game is, play it. Whatever. What's up?
Well, the thing with IMDb is you can have a movie listed if it's in production or pre-prod, but they have not really announced a replacement for Neil Camp or Hollywood Peter Jackson.
Yes.
And not to mention the Halo
Oh, really? Oh. I really
after they had already
don't
finished
think
everything, and then they're like, that huge period where they just weren't talking to anyone, that was the period when they had got the email from Microsoft.
yeah. That's really just funny because I know some people who worked on it. Actually, Helljumper, which is it's based off of Toby Smuggle's Dirt from Halo Evolutions. Sean Bradley from the 405th actually did a lot of the armor stuff for that, and I think he has a cameo in one of the later episodes.
Favorite action set?
Dino Blasters. All Dino Blasters all the time. Definitely not soccer. Or hockey, whatever that is.
Oh, I hate hockey.
I love Halo Ball. Does anybody else who like Halo Ball?
Who's a fan of the revamped Firefight?
Woo! What are you even talking about?
Sorry.
Firefight?
I love Reach. So, like, actually playing the Firefight and mostly rolling Sniper, I've actually gotten decent at sniping. It's a good, like, almost sandbox style to with practice. Kill stuff with the hand. I kind of like the installation 04 map from Anniversary Edition. I just wish that the ODSTs were smarter. They just stand there and just look at the leads as they come around the corner.
But they're really good for swapping weapons out. I love that. Because you can go in there and arcade play and you're like, oh man, I want to have whatever. I want to have a sniper or something. Or I don't want to have, you just choose your like, I want to have jetpack. But I don't want a fuel rod gun either.
I don't want to spam.
Here, Mr. Marine.
Banana slug.
Have a fuel rod gun. Give me your demon. Let's party on. Way back.
What is a good combination with a jetpack?
Really, if you get sniper with it, you can get up in the positions where it's really be hard for you to be taken out. But
You have to know where those are.
You do, and you also have to find the ones that are still not covered by kill zones. I don't know. I don't roll jetpack a lot. Usually, I'll just roll, whatever I have. I don't think there's any one weapon that's particularly better. Rockets and other heavy artillery are good with a jetpack because you don't have to worry about blowing yourself up. Usually. One problem with jetpack is that it is a needler magnet. You're kind of stuck up there, and the needler seeking is kind of insane. So you will get taken out. But on the flip side, you can launch a needler pretty well from a jetpack too, and it's easier to aim, so you can be a little less steady on it.
I kind of like the heretic elites you encounter, but I hate the rocket majors because they're ridiculously accurate rockets and they spiral. It's like, why can't I do that? I want to lower the cover by time of the spiral. It's
rockets. Who else here hates the fact that it's so many rockets anniversary? No.
Oh God, I have not even started the library yet.
I turn corners, boom, face.
I do not look forward to playing the library.
I agree.
Yes, better prepare the next slides.
There's an achievement for beating it all.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Without dying.
All right, well, that's pretty much our presentation. Anyone else have any more questions? Comments? Yeah, okay.
I think they should split the big team player from the big team battle. Make it dumb.
Yes, oh God, you're my hero. I hate playing, I go into big team battle, I want to play some games, but instead we just play big team slayer hemorrhage, big team slayer hemorrhage, big team slayer hemorrhage. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's I don't know, people love that vanilla Halo, I guess, with the hemorrhage, blood gulch, whatever. And they want that vanilla Halo feel, and I don't know why, because there's a big old thing. I'm whatever. Play online. Go play Halo 2. Go play Halo 1. Get Halo PC. I guarantee you, if you play Halo PC right now, you will find at least 10 servers with 16 people sitting on blood gulch. Go play it. Get off my reach. 24/7 blood gulch. Some people have their way.
Final question.
No.
Yeah, if you earn it. One thing I'm really disappointed is if you pre-ordered Legendary and got the Recon helmet, you actually didn't get anything unique because you can unlock that later. It doesn't look terrible, but I'm a bigger fan of the pilot helmet.
You gotta roll CQB. Not CQC, CQB, that's the real dickhead one. That means you have all your Halo achievements from the previous games. Alright, well thanks guys for attending. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you weren't too boring.
Please give positive feedback to your contact next year.
That is back every year.